Alright guys, I've got a couple of requests to do an update on the kayak, on the upgrades and upkeep of it. The thing that I've upgraded was the fish finder. I went ahead and built a platform for it so it can slide in and slide back out. The cable for it goes inside and then comes back out the other side for the transducer. All the extra cable is wound up and tucked underneath inside, out of the way. So I came out of this side and mounted it to a piece that I got a PK, or a BKC rather, and with the arm and transducer, it allows it just to drop straight down below the boat. And when you don't want it in because of shallow water or launching, you can tilt it back up. All right, the battery, I ran the wires through here, punched them out here, and got a little Tupperware to sit the battery in, and then you just hook it up, put the lid on it, and it sits nicely underneath your seat. Alrighty, well that's the only upgrade I've done on it. The care for it. When you come home from your fishing trip, I know everybody washes it down and does a little cleanup on it. But my suggestions would be to get a light soap and scrub it down a little bit. Otherwise you'll get a water line going around the edge of it, and after a couple trips you'll really start to notice the water line. As it hardens, it's a bear to get off. So I would suggest go ahead and just use some light soap and clean that off. Only complaint I have is on the rod holder, on the paddle holder. My second time out, this snapped in half. It was only held together by a little crimp on both sides, and it snapped in half, and I ended up having to tie it into a knot. Now it still works. It works now, but you can only use one strap instead of having two to lock it down, because it's too taut for having two on there. But other than that, there's been no problems whatsoever. All right, I do suggest that while you are going out, bring your Allen key with you that goes to your boat. This will go to all of your fittings, because these all are going to be loose. Just before you go out, I would go ahead and run through all these fittings and tighten them up a little bit. It's the same for the ones going here, and the ones up here, and the ones holding down your pedal drive. They do get loose, so give them a little bit of a tightening just before you leave. But the reason you're bringing this with you is for this guy. Now, if you have a pedal drive, you are going to either back over a line or run over a line, whether it be your fishing line, anchor line, or even your minnow bucket. You're gonna end up catching a line on it. It happens. So now you have two choices. You could spend 25 to 35 minutes trying to unwind and figure out which one crossed over which underneath this, or you could take your little wrench and loosen this one screw out, which is really easy. This pops right off. You go ahead and undo that fishing line or whatever line is twisted in there. Put him right back on. Put your screw right back in. If your fingers will work. And it's pretty much just that easy to clear a line. You can be clear and off and rolling in 2-3 minutes instead of 20 to 30 minutes of trying to figure it out and then end up cutting it. So I just keep mine in my little pouch just to make sure we have it. Now, somebody had asked me about the PK12 and 13 as for rod holders. The PK12 is a real sleek model, so it doesn't have these extra brackets on both sides to mount extra rod holders or fish finders or whatever you. I mean, there's multiple stuff you can mount to them. It's too slim of a model. The PK11, the PK13, both have those plates, and BKC has tons of different things that you can use and put on there to upgrade or to adapt it to the way you want it. So, until next week, I'll talk with you guys later.